A Jacksonville officer shot in the face in this West Side neighborhood.
He's blessed to have sustained that kind of injury and to be, able to talk, to sit up.
Detectives say this is the man he got into a shootout with, wanted in 2 bank robberies just this week. We know family went to be with that injured officer earlier this evening. He's being cared for at UF Health, and one source told us that he gave a wave to people to let them know he was okay as he's been taken into the hospital.
Now the investigation continues into just how today's deadly shooting unfolded. Taking you live now to the scene from our night cam. You can see officers remain there, investigating the moments that led to the chase and then to the shooting that killed a suspected bank robber and wounded an officer. Our crews are continuing to watch this story closely. Channel 4's Ethan Calloway begins our coverage now. Ethan.
And Mary, we are downtown at JSO headquarters right now because we are expecting another briefing from police sometime tonight. Still, though, earlier today, we got a pretty clear picture of how all of this unfolded. The suspect shot and killed earlier today on the west side, the same man wanted in connection to 2 bank robberies here in Jacksonville, but it was that officer's attempt to pull him over and arrest him that led to a shootout. Flashing police lights as far as the eye can see. A massive portion of this West Side neighborhood completely shut down.
I was inside watching TV and, I heard the shots. I came out and, well, all the commotion right here is what we got.
This man lives just feet away from where the shooting happened. He says he heard around 5 gunshots and saw cars speeding through the area. JSO saying today it was a pursuit that started when officers identified a bank robbery suspect. The still unidentified man was believed to be involved in 2 Jacksonville bank robberies in as many days. A canine officer led the pursuit, lasting for 2 miles, ending near Buttercup Street and Old Middleburg Road.
As the officers went to engage the suspect, he stepped out of the passenger side of the vehicle. Shooting ensued. An officer was transported from the scene with a bullet strike to the face, actually to the chin area.
Investigators say the officers fired back, shooting and killing the man. Fraternal Order of Police President Steve Zona says the outpouring of support from the law enforcement community is critical.
It's his entire Blue family. I mean, everybody rallies around him. Everybody rallies around his family and takes care of him from this point forward.
And again, the good news here, that officer said to be recovering from his injuries tonight. We are live at JSO headquarters downtown. Ethan Calloway, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Ethan. And this is the 5th police shooting by JSO this year. 3 of those suspects were killed. The last time an officer was shot in Jacksonville was in March of 2016. Kevin Rojas is awaiting trial for shooting and wounding an off-duty narcotics detective during a traffic stop. The detective has returned to duty.
And today's chase didn't happen very far from where police say this man robbed a bank this morning. We're talking about the Atlantic Coast Bank here on Normandy Boulevard. And then today's shooting happened down here off of Old Middleburg Road, just north of 103rd Street, I should say. So I spoke with our crime and safety analyst about the pursuit.
Suspect got nervous and he took off, and then it just moves very quickly from that point.
News4Jax crime and safety analyst Gil Smith served more than 20 years in the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. He says what the canine officer involved went through and how he responded is notable, taking fire in his pursuit of the suspect but not giving up.
To me, that's very courageous, to stay on the pursuit and be able to call in and tell dispatch what's going on. I mean, this is one of the most dangerous situations that a police officer can be in when someone is actually taking shots at them.
JSO says they identified their suspect from surveillance video in 2 robberies, and Smith says it's impressive to get that information turned around and turned into a potential arrest so efficiently.
In my opinion, that's a very good example of very good police work, in my opinion, for them to get that information, get it to the public, get it back to the detectives, and for them to get that information to the officers on the street.
Some would maybe question, hey, why are we trading shots or taking lives or putting officers' lives in jeopardy when all it is, a bank robbery, is just taking money? Why does that justify putting your life at risk?
Because it was a felony, and that is what police officers do. That's what they train to do. That's when they raise their right hand to take an oath to protect the lives and property of the city. That's what they do. Like I said, normally people are running when shots are being fired. He's staying there right in the chase. It's just something that's in the blood of police officers when they have that sense of responsibility to catch the bad guy as often as they can, and that's what happened here.
The sheriff's office made use of a helicopter tonight. I asked Gil about it. He says an evidence technician went up in that helicopter trying to get images of the long and very wide crime scene.
And Joy continues our coverage now with how different law enforcement agencies are responding to the officer's shooting.
Well, when word of this shooting began to trickle out, we began seeing all kinds of support for the officer who was shot this afternoon. The Florida Highway Patrol, for example, shared this tweet earlier today saying, "Our thoughts to JSO officer shot today, protecting our streets, wishing a quick and full recovery." And the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office also responded, sharing thoughts and prayers when they found out. Deputies put out this message on Twitter saying, "Happening right now, a JSO K-9 officer has been shot while responding to a robbery. He's at UF Health in stable condition." And the Jacksonville Area Firefighters Union also sent word out. Firefighters are thinking about our brother in blue. Prayers to him and his family. We are unified and we got your back. Finally, we want to show you this. JSO tweeting itself asking for a simple request from everyone out there. If you are inclined to do so, say a prayer for our officer. We also have a post on our Facebook page sharing our thoughts to this officer. Be sure to head there now. You can leave a message yourself for him and his family. Mary, Kent.
Thank you, Joy. Our coverage of this story continues right now on news4jax.com. There you can hear the uncut briefing from Jacksonville police from earlier this evening, as well as stories about the robberies that police say the suspect was involved in.